Hello, welcome to Apocabox unboxing number 15, the December 2016 edition. This is the Taiga Apocabox. As you can see, there's no special color anymore. Hopefully, Creek has abandoned that. So, if you remember last month and month before, I wasn't very impressed, and I said that if this box sucked as badly as last box, that I would stop subscribing. Well, the good news is it doesn't suck as badly as last month's did. The bad news is that it's still not great. The second most interesting item in this box is the Siberian Deadfall Kit with instruction book. And in typical Creek style, you've got the sample one, and then you've got others. They're just ordinary sticks of wood, which you can make yourself, and they're in the instructions. Now, I like that the instructions are here in this little booklet rather than just loosened sheets of paper. It's easier to carry. The illustrations here are a lot better. They aren't these rough drawn things. This is a far more professional execution, and I like it. Plus, there's room in the back to make notes. So this is handy, and the Siberian Deadfall, very briefly, this is actually the trigger mechanism for a trap. You've got these two pieces of wood. You put them together like so. This third piece is the trigger, and you bait it. And so when an animal comes and takes the bait, it dislodges this. This part falls off, that part falls down, and something heavy falls and crushes the animal. So it's really just the trigger. You still have to build the rest of the trap, but it's rather ingenious. I like it. Oh yeah, remember that thing I was upset about with the Nomad box, how there weren't any prices? Yeah, it's like that again. There are no prices here. So, I don't know, Noan Creek, this is probably about 12 bucks. It's not bad. So, the theme of the month is taiga, and therefore it's about surviving in the Siberian regions of Russia. But the unofficial theme of this box seems to be, I mean, I like that there's a theme rather than Nomad, which was just slapdash. So this is about survival in cold conditions. So alright, you get your watch hat, which is made of virgin wool, and that's nice. Mentions that it's made to Department of Defense specification. Pretty cool. I don't know, 12, 15 bucks? Maybe 20 for the virgin wool. It's not bad. You have a mug that's got enamel on it. You have literally seen these in every camping store ever. Just those were blue with a little white specks, and this one has Creek's logo on it. It's completely unremarkable. I have no idea how much you'd charge for this. But you've got this mug, which you would use in camping, and it comes with some coffee that you can put in it. And so hot coffee keeps you warm, and so does the cap when you're out on the taiga. And there's a unifying theme, at least. But nice, but okay. Coffee, it's alright, I guess. Meh. The thing that I liked about the Apocabox was that it would introduce me to new and unusual things. And even though I could probably get a lot of the stuff cheaper, I would open it and I would go, hey, I've never heard of this stuff before. But I've heard of coffee. I have heard of these enamel cups. I've heard of a watch cap. There's nothing new here. And that's the disappointment. A set of repair needles. Now, this is actually kind of cool and kind of useful, if still a bit mundane, because instead of just the usual sewing needles, you've got needles for other purposes: a carpet needle, a sail needle, a sack needle, an upholstery needle, and a curved needle. And, well, there's also a needle threader here for all the good that does you. And so this is useful to put in a bag because you don't know what you might need to stitch up or stitch together. So it's useful. It's not exactly new because I've seen this in craft stores like Michael's, and I think I've seen something like this at a CVS store, of all things. But You folks may not have seen it. It's useful. It's okay. How much is it? Don't know. I mean, really, would you pay more than $5 for this? I don't know. Maybe I'm just cheap. The third most interesting item in this box, and yes, that means we're going through the ingredients very quickly, is a Gill Net. I realize it may be hard to see because you've got a white object here on white. Hey, hang on a minute. There we go. So, this is monofilament. It is a 2-foot by 6-foot Gill Net. These things are hideously efficient. In fact, they are so efficient that a lot of states forbid you from using them unless you're in a survival situation. So you can't use it for sport fishing. You have to use it for subsistence or I'm going to die. And it's handy. It's lightweight. You can put it in just about any bag. Also with it is a needle where you can make repairs or make your own. And you've got some thread to go along with it. And this thread it's cotton net weaving twine. And according to the information thing here, it is supposed to not have any memory. And, well, what is memory? When a twine is uncoiled and still shows the coils in the line, that's called memory, and that can make net weaving very frustrating and messy. So this is supposed to be twine that doesn't have any memory. And so the skills challenge is going to be making your own net and also making your own needle using a paint stirrer. But you've got the twine, yay, and you've got the tool, which is actually pretty useful. So these two things are pretty cool. The twine, I honestly don't know how much these things would cost. I'm very inexperienced in that regard. So the very last item in this Apocabox is an axe. It is a Russian-style trapper axe, and it's actually pretty cool for an axe, which most people have. But let me show you the blade. Oh, there's also this kind of interesting toggle thing. So the blade is supposed to have an interesting angle to it. I'm not an expert on hatchets, but I don't remember seeing something like that before. So apparently Creek saw this axe being used and had this axe blade specially made, and it's a nice little axe. I imagine it probably takes up about half the cost of the Apocabox, to be honest. But you've got an axe, and you've got these wedges that you can hammer in case the head starts to come off. And that's really cool. You know, I'm sure it's a fine axe. I should probably stop talking while I move things around. So I'm sure it's a fine axe. But it's an axe. Well, small axe, large hatchet, whatever. Again, we've seen these sorts of things before. Maybe I'm just jaded. Maybe I want something that'll wow me and go, oh, wow, I never thought of that before. But, you know, So, this is this month's Apocabox. And I have complex feelings about this. It doesn't get me as upset as Nomad did. And if it had gotten me as upset as Nomad, I would have said, that's it. I am done. I am no longer subscribing to this. It doesn't suck, but it's still not great. And I got an email saying, oh, this Taiga Apocabox is going to be the best one we've done so far. And I'm going, no, it's not. So now I have to decide if I'm going to cancel or not. February is supposed to be themed around fire. And fire's cool. That's funny. And if you've ever watched any of Creek's stuff, you know that he has this massive hard-on for friction fires. And so it might be interesting, it might be not. I have to decide whether or not I want to spend $60 for something which could be meh, like this, could be disappointing, like the one in October, or could be really cool, like some of the others. And I don't know. So this might be the last Apocabox unboxing I do. I gotta figure that out. So is this worth it? Honestly, probably not. If you got annoyed last month and unsubscribed, you're probably looking at this and going, wow, I dodged a bullet. And I can't blame you. So, I don't know what I'm going to do next month. At the very least, I have the rest of December and all of January to figure it out. And then I'll either get a new one or cancel. I know I sound so wishy-washy. I want to like it. I want to like this stuff because for over a year, Creek gave us really good stuff. And now it seems like the only stuff he cares about is his online store. So, up to you guys.